Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Teresa Perrin and I want to discuss with you EPIX because they are up over 200% today. They are rocketing in the after hours and they have a catalyst coming for the rest of this week. So before I get started, please smash that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it as it helps with the algorithms and it also helps let other people know about this play. Guys, please remember also that nothing I say is financial advice. Always do your own DD. So, Essa Pharma stock is flying higher today following the release of data from their phase 1/2 study of EPI 7386. EPI 7386 is a drug in development for the treatment of metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer. The latest study saw that the drug used in combination with enzalutamide, the results showed it was safe, while enzalutamide exposure saw minimal impact. And please forgive me if I'm not saying that correctly, even though I'm an RN. I really stink at saying medication names, especially the generic form of them. All right, so Essa Pharma intends to provide a more in-depth look at the clinical trial results during an upcoming presentation that will take place at the 2022 Prostate Cancer Foundation Scientific Retreat, which starts tomorrow, guys, and it lasts through Saturday. So this potentially could be huge, as the continuation of this move is very, very possible, guys. And I did take a look to see what the institutional ownership looked like. And guys, all of the institutions that own this are long. They are not shorting the stock. They are betting on it, okay? So that is very bullish for us. And I want you to know that some of them even loaded up this past week. So you know what they say, when somebody always knows something, there's no doubt in my mind they had an idea this information was dropping. Again, guys, I think that the potential here is just getting started, and I'm going to tell you why. There are 4 analysts that rate this, and they give it a strong buy signal with a minimum price target of 20 and high of 25 and average of 23. Currently, guys, in the after hours, we are trading at about $5.30 at time of recording, and you know, there's still 4 to 5x times that to go if this were actually to come to fruition this year. So I do believe that we potentially can see a big move. And guys, I wouldn't be surprised if it could go that high. And we're going to look at the technicals and discuss it, you know, later on in this vehicle. Vehicle. I'm thinking about Mullen later on in this video. Anyways, a good thing that people, if they listened to Webull and did not buy this stock, they would have been disappointed because they were giving them a short-term bearish signal because of the last trading day prior to today. Guys, this, you know, is not always accurate. Obviously, catalysts can change things, but it does have a medium long-term run. And guys, I believe obviously we made that cross, and I don't think we're going to see a bearish short-term run that was based on 525s. Price crosses the moving average, the 21-day average. It dipped below, guys, which is why it gave that bearish signal. And then something called the Williams percentage R, and I have no idea what that even is. I don't use that technical feature. So that's why it had initially had a short term bearish signal, but it was actually a strong bearish signal. But guys, I do believe that we are going to now start to see a bullish move to the upside, and it will trigger more of that medium upside momentum, right? So again, nothing's foolproof. Who knows? A ton of shorts could come in, but I don't think so, because I'm going to tell you why I don't think that's going to be happening. The current short interest is showing at only 1.52% with 2.27 days to cover. Now, going back to this free float for 1 second, the free float on this stock is only 41.14 million shares, and it has a 52-week low of $1.40 and a 52-week high of $14.88. On average volume, they only get 1.98 million shares traded daily. Today, they traded 117.76 million shares. Yes, you heard me correctly. 117.76 million shares. Guys, it's almost 3 times the entire free float. So let me just talk about FTDs because they are going to be going through the roof. There is no way that they did not create synthetic shares in order to handle that kind of trading volume. And yes, I am certain that there were many people trading in and out of this stock, but at any rate, I am sure there's just as many people that are actually holding this stock, and that there's no way physically possible they could have had that many shares available given the size of the free float today. Now it gets even better because there are 0 shares available to borrow. So guess what? If you wanted to short this stock, you couldn't if you wanted to. And if you could, the cost to borrow is only 2.28%, so it's next to nothing. And guys, this is very interesting to me. Look at the short volume ratio. It's been between 7.84 and 64.95%. How insane is that? And today it was up on that higher end at 59.74% of the short volume in the dark pool was, well, of the activity in the dark pool, 59.74% was shorted. That's crazy. Now let's talk about failure to delivers, guys. They are not an issue at this time, but I assure you when we get this information a few weeks from now, it'll actually not show up on the next set we get. It will show up on the set after because it is behind. As you can see, the next set will only go to around the 14th or 15th of October. So it's going to be interesting to see, though, in about 4 weeks what this stock does, because based on today, I assure you, see this spike way over here in June? It's probably going to look something similar to that. I don't know what happened then. I'm not familiar with this stock other than the fact that I saw it today, called it out on Twitter. So congratulations to those of you that got in, or even to those of you when I put it on my after hours watch list that I don't even normally post, guys. Something just told me to today. So congrats if you saw that and you took this trade, because I absolutely think that this is going to continue into tomorrow and possibly Friday as well. And who knows, it could just be the start of a breakout and a nice move to the upside. I'm not really sure at this point, but I am going to show you what I'm seeing in the charts. All right, so looking at the daily chart, as you can see, this was a beautiful breakout to the upside. And now you have the 13 SMA and the 20 SMA curling up about to cross above the 48 SMA, which will be very bullish. And I believe that this continuation tomorrow results in that of being a big move as well due to that crossover. And as you can see from the MACD, the red has crossed above the green and we are starting to curl up, and we want this to go above the blue wave, guys. And in the RSI, we are trading in the oversold territory, guys, but this is typical when you see a squeeze movement. I want to look at a smaller time frame and see if we get the same bullish sentiment that I'm seeing here. So let's go and look at a 60-minute chart. Okay, wow, gorgeous. All right, guys, so we are also trading in the oversold here, but it's starting to cool off, as you can see, and we're still looking straight up. I mean, this is full-blown squeezing, guys. It's still running in the after hours, as you can see. This clearly is having some shorts covering, or people very excited about this movement. And I definitely think it's going to continue with this trend into tomorrow. I do want to look at the smaller time frames and see if we get any cooling off happening. Yes, as we go to the 30 minute chart, you can see that the RSI is starting to dip down below that 70, indicating that it's cooling off. And I do expect that it'll start to curl and go back to the upside relatively soon. Obviously, it's nice if it can do some consolidation before it makes its next leg up, like it did this afternoon, guys. You saw when it got up to that $4, it reached out, hit 5, pulled back, and then consolidated before it had its next breakout. And now I'd expect to see something similar in the after hours before it moves. But again, in the after hours, things can move a lot faster because there is less volume. So it all depends on what price people are willing to pay, right? But again, on this, you know, the MACD looks really good. The red may curve back down and do some consolidation before it makes its move back to the upside, but we're trading above that blue wave, which I like to see. Looking at a 15-minute time frame, yep, as you can see, the red crossed back under the green. It is cooling off right now, and our RSI is cooling off as well. Excellent. That's exactly what you want. That needs to happen, guys, for us to make the next move. See how it, if you look at the RSI, what it did today, it goes up, it comes down, and it goes up, it comes down, and it goes up and it comes down, right? So this is very normal. This is good. It needs to cool down before it can make its next move, and I think you're going to see that when we look at a 5-minute chart as well. Precisely. We're back at that 50 range territory, so it may start to curl to the upside again shortly. And again, the red has crossed under the green on our MACD, trading above the blue wave. Excellent. Guys, all of this looks super, super bullish to me. The MACD, you can see, the RSI, you can see is starting to curl up if you look at that tip. So I expect they're going to start to move back to the upside from here. So this is actually such a beautiful chart, guys. I really like this for a strong continuation tomorrow. And given the fact, you know, that they are having that conference where they're going to be discussing those phase 1 clinical trial results at the conference, I think that you're going to see this momentum continue. And that conference is going to be tomorrow through Saturday. So we have Thursday and Friday to play on this, and I think that we could continue with this uptrend movement, especially if anything exciting is announced during that event. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Definitely keep EPIX Essa Pharma Inc. on your watch list. It is a gorgeous looking chart at this point. Oh, and real quickly, let's go back and look at the 1 year, because I did want to show you something. Actually, I'm going to pull up a 5-year. All right, and I'm doing this for a reason, guys, and that would be because it's had a few runs in the past. As you can see here, where it gapped up from this nice move, where it was all the way down to, gosh, it started running. Here's where it crossed over, and it was approximately around the same price range, $4.50. And check this out, it ran up to about $7.29. It pulled back down to that $5.47, and then, guys, it ran all the way up to, let's see, the highest it got in this first wick is around, sorry, it's hard to exactly get my pinpoint on it to give it to you. Somewhere around $28, guys. And I think it even got higher than that. I think that's the next candle it's giving me. Anyways, it got over $30 at one point, right? So, and then you can see from this candle here that it had a high of like $36 at one point. So I definitely think that this has a lot of room left to run in it, and that it's just getting started. Because you see from $36, it pretty much went straight down to where it hit a low of around $7.42 before it did a little bit of a move back to the upside. Got to around $14.76 before it pulled all the way back down, guys, to that $1.72 range, or maybe even $1.70. I've even seen $1.48. Yeah, guys, it got low before this nice breakout that we got today. So whoever was in it down there, congratulations. I didn't see this till around $3.76 more or less, and I couldn't even get my order in because it jumped, halted up, and I was like, screw it, I'm putting in an order by a call option, and that's exactly what I did. Only one got filled at that point, and I did manage to get a second one. They were very, very expensive at that point, and I knew that this was a risky play, but again, I think that this is looking very, very bullish, and I think it's going to make a very nice run. So anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to see what it does tomorrow, and may actually buy some shares to play as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fabulous night.